Stay with me for a second here. CNN. New York Times reporter named Maggie Haberman goes on and says, let me tell you why we didn't take it all that seriously, this theory about the coronavirus leaking from a Wuhan lab. It's because Donald Trump said it. And Mike Pompeo said it. And they offered no evidence to back it up. So we just assumed that because Donald Trump had so low credibility, you can't blame us. He trashed his own credibility, so therefore, how are we supposed to respond to anything he says? And another pundit on The View said the same thing. Said Trump's racist tropes buried the message that COVID could have come from a lab. Now, think about what these people are telling you. What they're telling you is they don't do their job as reporters. If there is a suspicion, a rumor, a report that this came from a lab, rather than track it down, if it came from Donald Trump, we're not going to even look at it. Now, what are you saying? You're saying that you don't trust anything that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth. Let me tell you something, Maggie Haberman, and I know you listen to the show. All the smart lefties do. We don't trust anything coming out of your mouth. Now, how many times have you accused Donald Trump of not taking the coronavirus as seriously as he should have when he should have? Why do you suppose he felt that way? Apply the same logic you're applying to your skepticism about his story about the coronavirus coming from a lab. Apply it to how Trump feels about you. You hate his guts. You refer to him as a Nazi. 25% of Democrats did not attend his inaugural. You allowed Hillary to call him illegitimate. You allowed Hillary for 4+ years to refer to the 2016 election as having been stolen. You went nuts for 2.5 years over this bogus collusion investigation. Gave Hillary a complete pass when she clearly violated the Espionage Act by having an unprotected server in her basement, a violation against all sorts of laws, rules, protocols. More people felt she should have been prosecuted than felt Donald Trump had colluded. You suppressed the Hunter Biden story just days before the election. Enough Joe Biden voters say, had they known about the Hunter Biden story, they would not have voted for Joe. Clearly given the election to Donald Trump. 91% of the ABC, NBC, CBS coverage since this man has been in office has been negative. Never mind the economy. Never mind lowest ever employment for blacks, for Hispanics. Never mind the Abraham Accords, which John Kerry said would never happen without Palestinian buy-in. By the way, speaking of which, watching one of the networks, CNN, MSNBC, I'm not sure which one it was. I remember now, Andrea Mitchell of MSNBC. She said the reason for the violence is because Donald Trump did all these deals with all these Arab countries without Palestinian buy-in. Didn't John Kerry just say a little while ago that there would be no such deals because there wouldn't be any deal without Palestinian buy-in? Now Donald Trump committed some sort of moral sin as far as Andrea Mitchell of MSNBC is concerned by not including them. Experts on your side said there would be any deal at all. My point is this. Here, this New York Times reporter is saying the reason we didn't take the allegation that the virus may have come from a lab seriously is because Donald Trump put it out there. How do you think we feel about you, about your credibility? How do you think Donald Trump feels about it? So, when you began breathlessly reporting on the coronavirus and began suggesting that Donald Trump was not taking it seriously, Donald Trump had the same attitude about you as you have about him and the coronavirus story. Capiche? Do you get it now? Do you understand now how we feel? Here you are acknowledging, conceding that because of Donald Trump, because of your hatred of him, because you assume everything he says is a lie, you didn't do your freaking job. And as a result, no pressure put on China, no pressure put on the World Health Organization. And by the way, isn't it bizarre that John Cena the wrestling star turned actor, refers to Taiwan as a country. Cena apologizes. China unleashes a virus that kills so far 600,000 Americans, 3.5 million worldwide citizens. China apologizes to nobody. Is this thing on? I'm Larry Elder.